Good morning, guys. I was not expecting to get on anytime soon, but this morning I felt led to, really led to remind others of God's goodness and mercy and his steadfast hand in our lives and how he's so merciful. And he's a provider. He's Jehovah Jireh. And sometimes in the manners we may not think. And I just wanted to share a little short testimony, not my own, but somebody else's, that I thought was beautiful. This young gentleman lives in New York, and he was very hungry. And he was walking home, and he didn't have any money, didn't have anything. And he told God, Lord, you provide for the birds of the air, and how much more do you care for me? I'm hungry, Lord. If I could just get even $5, I could do something with $5. He proceeds to walk, and all of a sudden he looks down and he sees like an egg carton, and it looks like it's pretty busted up. It's nighttime and it's cold out. So he reaches down, and there's an egg in there that isn't broken. All of them are broken but one egg. And he realized right then and there that God provided. God humbled him and made him reach down to the ground and grab that egg. Can you imagine? I mean, you're hungry. You have nothing. You have no money. It's cold, dark out. You have no family or friends. And you ask the Lord, provide for me some food. I'm hungry. And what does he do? He provided an egg on the ground in a broken carton of eggs. But he had to reach down. He had to go on that ground and look to make sure they weren't all broken. See, God has a way of humbling us. He does. At least he does with me. I just thought that was a beautiful story of God's provision. You know, God is Jehovah Jireh. And it was a reminder for me. I desperately needed that. I'm dealing a lot with just wondering why things have turned out the way they have in my life. And not any fault of my own. Some is. But majority is not the fault of my own. The parts that are, I'm really working on trying to focus on what God is doing in my life. And not so much the things that are so uncomfortable and hurt so much. I've said in previous videos that I'm grieving a marriage that was never legal in the eyes of God anyways. I'm grieving the marriage because he's abusive. I'm grieving my motherhood, being a mother. I'm not able to be the mama I want to be because I'm in survival mode. And I don't think that gets talked about enough. Our motherhood is stolen from us in many aspects, in many women's lives, by just having to survive their life and provide for the children. And it's hard. And I'm going through a lot with that. I'm just seeking the Lord and things. A lot of unknowns for me. And a lot of why. Like, why would this, how are you gonna, last night I was focusing on and we know that God works all things together for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Not some things, not, it's all things, you know what I'm saying? And we have a job to do. We have our part to do. We have to surrender. And surrendering for me is some of the most difficult things I've ever had to do. And I'm learning that surrender isn't always easy, but it's needed. And just that story about that I told you, that I shared with you about the young gentleman in New York finding the egg on the ground after telling the father, now you care for the birds, how much more are you going to care for me? I'm hungry. Please, just even $5. And God didn't give him the $5, but he gave him an egg, and he had something to go home and eat. And it's very humbling to me. And realizing how much I take for granted, even amongst the struggles and the pain and like I've said before, the unknowns. He is Jehovah Jireh, and he'll come through for you. He'll come through for me. But man, our patience can get in the way, can it? Our flesh. And us thinking we know best and we know the best way to handle things. God has a way of humbling you. We're making you realize it's not you at all. It's nothing you can do other than obey me and be patient. Be still. Share a couple verses with you today and I'll head on out of here. Psalms 119, 37 through 39. Turn my eyes from worthless things and give me life through your word. Reassure me of your promise made to those who fear you. Help me abandon my shameful ways, for your regulations are good. I long to obey your commandments. Renew my life with your goodness. Psalms 119, verses 37 through 40. Just remember that Jehovah Jireh is for you and that your patience and obedience is needed. Love you, and may this bless you. God bless.